Of the show. As always, I'll be waiting for some of you to join. And I see you, Paula. Good morning. It must be really early morning there, right? And yes, purple taco with bat wings. Yes, hello. Welcome to the show, Purple. Thank you for coming to our live show. Wow, it's only May. It's actually the last weekend of May, right? But it's really, really hot in Korea right now. Hello, Tae. Hello, Poyu. Good morning. It's actually evening time here in Korea. It's 8 p.m. evening time, but I wonder where you're coming from, Poyu. How come you're saying morning? Are you from Costa Rica also, like Paula? Let us know. All right. So it's really, really hot. It's getting really hot here. Normally, June, July, August are summer months, but don't know why. It's really, really hot here. Being May, it's really unusually hot. Oh, you're from Taiwan, Poyu. And Kobo, hello, I guess you're from Japan. Tadashi, you're still working? I see. All right. It seems like many of you will be joining today to our live show. Yes, it's the last week of May, and in Korea, I've talked to and I've been teaching a lot of nurses in Korea who are applying for jobs in the States. Actually, if nurses, they want to work in New York, they need like TOEIC scores. They need the reading score, listening score, the writing score, and the speaking score. And I guess most of the nurses have a hard time, getting the speaking score, which is my specialty. So I've been getting a lot of students who are applying for the nurse job, the nursing position for it to be working in New York. And actually, I've had a lot of them get level 7 and above to apply for the job. So it was really great. And it seems like New York is looking for a lot of nurses because during the time of through the whole time of COVID, they had they didn't have enough nurses to be helping people out. So I think they're trying to get more. And it used to be IELTS that they were asking for, but it's really hard to get IELTS score, all four of it, reading, listening, writing, and speaking. So I think a lot of nurses are changing it from IELTS to TOEIC. And I'm really glad that I could help a lot of them. Wow, I have somebody from Brazil. Yes, as always, Paula. And I have Dong Nat Lee, hello, from Vietnam. And Viet Hong Roger, yes, from Vietnam, right? Okay. And Taka, you're here for the first time. Welcome. And here is a person. Good evening, teacher Gwen. I've been watching your videos for 2 months. I took my SNW test in April and got 180, 180. The last time I got 150, 140 in March, I think I was too nervous then, huh? Wow. If you got 180, 180 just by watching these videos, then your English must be really good. And I guess you're coming from Taiwan, right? Okay. And I'm a nurse too, Paula. Is that why you're trying to get a higher score for TOEIC speaking, Paula? Because you want to work in the States? Thanks, Felicio. Hello. Hello, Hyun. Thank you for joining. Hello, Taeyeon and Puyu. Yes. All right. So to begin our show, as always, we're going to go right into part 1. This is the first passage of part 1. And as always, I have written the script myself. Yes. So let me read it for you guys, okay? Welcome to Ryan's Gym Talk, and I'm your host, Ryan Hayes. Did you know that how we bend, rotate, and walk subconsciously every day could help us build more muscle and strength? Today, we're going to talk about primal movement workout and how you could apply it to your daily workout routines. Okay, now I know that a lot of you hesitate a little bit right before reading the names, right? And in this case, the name was Ryan. It's not a difficult name, but Ryan Hayes. I know some of you might have thought, hey, yes, hi, yes, right? But it's Ryan Hayes, okay? And the word bend, rotate, walk were the ordered words. Bend, rotate, walk. And then the big word comes out here. It's subconsciously. Subconsciously, meaning without thinking. You're just doing it, okay? Thoughtlessly, subconsciously every day. So bend, rotate, walk subconsciously every day could help us build more muscle and strength. Now, the word primal movement workout. This could be challenging. Primal movement workout. And the last part of this passage, how you could apply it, that is where the meaning phrase is ending here. Apply it, you have to stop there, to your daily workout routines, okay? So don't say apply it to, but you should say apply it, stop, and to your daily workout routines, okay? Other than that, I think it was just an okay passage to read. So try it out. I'll read it again for you guys. I have somebody coming from Taiwan also. Hey, Yahata, you're from Japan. Thank you for joining us here for the first time. And Suwon, you got level 7. Congratulations. Yes, I hear a lot of people, actually through Instagram, you guys are sending me DMs. A lot of you are sending me DMs, direct messages, saying that you achieved your goal thanks to our channel. And I feel really, really great. I feel really happy whenever I get those messages. Yes. But thank you for reaching out here on our live show, even after getting to level 7. Great. Congratulations. Okay, so guys, have you read the passage? Have you read it? And you know what? If you're still struggling to get your goal, like score, then try again with part 1. Because I hear a lot of the students saying, teacher, before I met you, Gwen, I thought part 1 was really easy, so I never put in much effort into practicing part 1. But part 1 is everything. You need to have good pronunciation and good intonation and all of those sound elements in order to get level 7 or higher, okay? So if you always fail getting level 7, 160, or even higher scores, then try to record whatever you're reading or whatever you're talking in English and listen to yourself, because your sound might be a little off from what native speakers or what all English speakers would understand you. Okay, so sound is very important, and part 1 is everything about sound. Okay, so let me read this again. This is a slower version. Welcome to Ryan's Gym Talk, and I'm your host, Ryan Hayes. Did you know that how we bend, rotate, and walk subconsciously every day could help us build more muscle and strength? Today, we're going to talk about primal movement workout and how you could apply it to your daily workout routines. Okay, and when you're reading, make sure you're emphasizing the right stress. Every English word has a stress, right? For instance, the word welcome, the stress goes on the first vowel, which is E, right? The first syllable. So you shouldn't say just welcome, but you have to read it welcome, welcome. And when you're reading the word subconsciously, the stress goes on the second syllable, which is C-O-N. So you have to say subconsciously, and sort of push out the O vowel in that syllable. Subconsciously. Okay? Also with the word rotate, the stress goes on the first syllable, which is R-O-O, okay? So it's rotate, and walk subconsciously. Okay, and the word primal, I, movement, O, workout is also O, okay? So primal movement workout. Got my tongue twisted. Primal movement workout, okay? And finally, the word routine is not routine, but it's routines. The stress goes on the second syllable, routines. Okay, so Suwon, welcome. Thank you for joining from Japan and level 7, 170. Wow, that's great. And Tay, your score went up by 10. Well, that's still good. That's still an achievement, right? That's still progress. That's the way to go. All right. Now I'm going to read it a little faster this time. Welcome to Ryan's Gym Talk, and I'm your host, Ryan Hayes. Did you know that how we bend, rotate, and walk subconsciously every day could help us build more muscle and strength? Today, we're going to talk about primal movement workout and how you could apply it to your daily workout routines. Okay, so that was the very first passage. And when you re-watch this video, I want you to replay that part over and over again, whether either the slow version or the faster version, and try to read it together with me at the same speed. Okay, then you can work on your fluency and you can also work on your, the rhythm of English. All right, so that was the first passage. It wasn't an easy one, but now we're going to move on to the second one, which is this one here. Okay, so now I'm going to read this passage a little bit slowly this time. Do you need a caffeine kick to get through the rest of the day? Come to Benny's Coffee House for a cup of coffee that is going to save your afternoon. For this week only, we're offering a special deal on all orders, including coffee, tea, and cold beverages. Come by for the best coffee in town. Okay, I wanted to emphasize this one thing. A lot of you asked me, Gwen, for part one, is it better? Okay, they want me to go back a little bit. Because the box is covering up my mouth. Okay. All right. So, because a lot of you are sending me messages and ask me questions about part one being, like part one, is it better to read faster all the time? Because, faster speed means fluency and maybe I might get higher score. But no, not unless you have good pronunciation and you can show the right meaning phrases that you understand. It's not always good to read it fast. Okay, like just now I was reading it slowly, right? I wasn't reading it fast, but you were able to tell that she was fluent enough, right? I was able to show that I understood the passage. I knew what the message was the passage, what kind of message the passage was trying to deliver. So, unless you know all the meaning phrases, all the right places to stop, and all the right places to pause, and all the right, stresses, and all the right connecting sounds, it is not always good to read the passages quickly, okay? It's better to show that you know where the meaning phrases are, like where the meaning phrases should be like stopped and paused. All right, so let me show it to you once again, like slowly. This is like slower version. Do you need a caffeine kick to get through the rest of the day? Come to Benny's Coffee House for a cup of coffee that is going to save your afternoon. For this week only, we're offering a special deal on all orders, including coffee, tea, and cold beverages. Come by for the best coffee in town. Okay, and another element that you should be working on is the stress, okay? Stress of each word. For example, the word caffeine, it's not caffeine, it's caffeine. It's rather E vowel, caffeine, and the stress goes on the second vowel of syllable, right? So it's caffeine. But the word is a caffeine kick, okay? It's a compound noun, so you got to put all those three words together. Do you need a caffeine kick to get through the rest of the day? So those two are big meaning phrases in the very first question. Come, that's where I stopped, because that is the first meaning phrase. Come to Benny's Coffee House. Now you stop here again because it's a preposition. For a cup of coffee. Now I stop here again because another sentence is going to start. That is going to save your afternoon. For this week only, of course, I stop here. We are offering a special deal, another preposition, so I stop here, on all orders. Now, including is also a preposition, guys, for your information. So that's why I stopped here, including coffee, tea, and cold beverages. The word beverages, the stress goes on the first syllable, so it's beverages. And of course, coffee, the first syllable. Come by. Now, these verbs are called phrasal verbs, right? And whenever there's a phrasal verb, like two-word verbs, you always emphasize the adverb part, which is come by. Come by for the best coffee in town. Okay. And when there is a superlative used as an adjective, it's always better to emphasize the superlative, which is best coffee in town. Okay, that's why I read it like this. Do you need a caffeine kick to get through the rest of the day? Come to Benny's Coffee House for a cup of coffee that is going to save your afternoon. For this week only, we're offering a special deal on all orders, including coffee, tea, and cold beverages. Come by for the best coffee in town. Okay? And as always, you got to have that vocal variety. Okay? I've been talking with some of the students, and they didn't have that vocal variety. They sounded very flat, like 2D, like flat surface kind of reading. Sounded something like this. Do you need a caffeine kick to get through the rest of the day? Come to Benny's Coffee House for a hot cup of coffee that is going to save your afternoon. For this week only, we are offering a special deal on all orders, including coffee, tea, and cold beverages. Come by for the best coffee in town. Okay, when I hear somebody reading like this, I can't say like typical pronunciation is wrong, but it doesn't sound good, right? It doesn't sound right. It doesn't sound natural. So you always need to try to apply vocal variety. When we're playing music, like piano or flute or guitar, there are different sounds, right? There are different sounds. That's what you should do with your reading. It should sound like you're, singing a beautiful song. Again, listen to me again. Do you need a caffeine kick to get through the rest of the day? Come to Benny's Coffee House for a cup of coffee that is going to save your afternoon. For this week only, we are offering a special deal on all orders, including coffee, tea, and cold beverages. Come by for the best coffee in town. And if you would say it's really hard to do it, then repeating is the only answer for you guys, okay? Practice over again, repeat over again. And of course, have the native, sound played together so you could follow the sound. That's the only way to improve your English sound, okay? So any questions about part 1, guys? No question? Jesus, I had so many friends around me, like a lot of acquaintances around me, catching cold all week, not all month long. And there has been news reports that because we're not wearing masks anymore, not only COVID-19 viruses, but there are a lot of cold viruses out there that going through our nasal areas. So a lot of my friends are catching cold these days. Dong, you're saying you have no questions, right? The best way to get better score for part 1 is to read, but to read it correctly. Okay, there's an answer to part 1. Some people think that there's no answer. There are no right answer for part 1, but there is. You just have to remember that, okay? Reading, getting the right sound is everything. Oh yeah, the reason why I talked about cold is because so I have so many people catching cold around me. So I thought, oh my gosh, I have a live coming up this Friday. So if I catch a cold, there's gonna be a big problem, right? So I was being really careful. Normally I wouldn't wear masks when I'm walking outside or going to shops, but this time I did. Yeah, so I was able to stay away from cold. Okay, now it seems like I made myself pretty clear for part 1. So I'm going to move on to part 2. Okay, so this is it. This is the picture for part 2. I really hate that little power outlet shows whenever I move to this side of the screen. That's called a power outlet, guys. That's called a power outlet. In Korea, and a lot of people would call it 콘센트, and they think that's English. But no, that's not 콘센트. That's power outlet, for your information. I hated that showing. But anyways, okay, so you see the picture, and you see a woman here, and she's doing something that is not often seen in part 2 of TOEIC speaking, right? So there are many things to talk about, but mainly what she's doing here was the main theme of the picture. So I want you guys to find out what kind of verbs should be used to describe this picture. Okay? And there are many things to say about this picture. So I'm going to give you some time so you guys could type in. It doesn't have to be long sentences. Just like, just throw me some words and I'll, put them into sentences. I like the color of the wall. That looks really nice, the blue wall. There are many colors that you can mention. There's the yellow, there's the blue jeans, the blue wall. Those two things on the wall, you could call them frames. Yeah, but there are no pictures inside, so I wouldn't call them picture frames. The bag, you could call it a bag, but rather try to call it a suitcase, right? A travel bag or a suitcase, okay? And I can also see a hat there. Okay, so Po Yu says, this is a picture taken in a room and there is a woman with long hair wearing a yellow jacket and blue jeans. Great, you said everything about her in your second sentence. Purple, this is a picture taken in the bedroom and there's only one woman in this picture. In the middle of the picture, there is a woman with long hair. Power socket, okay. But, socket is that part, the round part. She's preparing some shirt inside the yellow suitcase. Now, preparing something, I would say, if you want to use the word preparing, you could say she's preparing for a trip. She's preparing for a trip. Okay? She's preparing to go on a trip. She's preparing to go on a trip is how you would use the word prepare. Actually, what she is doing is something different. Okay, I have the word here. SNY415 said the right word. Folding up the clothes, packing some clothes. She is packing her bag. She is packing her bag. She is folding her clothes. She is folding her clothes and she is packing her bag. Packing. I see a girl collecting her clothes. Collecting means there are many clothes hanging and she might be like collecting something. So I wouldn't say she's collecting clothes here. No, this is not, she's not collecting. She's moving. She's moving, really? It doesn't look like she's gonna move, right? If she's gonna move, she's gonna be putting these things into boxes, right? So I don't think she's gonna be moving. Rather, I think she's gonna go on a trip. She's going to go traveling, okay? And you're saying there is no photo in the frame. That's why you're saying that. But I wouldn't suggest that she's going to move out to another place. Okay, used Tobify, is it? She is folding her clothes and she's about to put it in her suitcase. Perfect. I love this expression here. She's folding her clothes and putting them. She is about to put it. If it's just one piece of cloth, then you would say put it into. Put it into. Remember this verb, put into her suitcase. Okay? She is holding a shirt and she is preparing for a trip. Great job, Koyu. And Tae, this is a picture taken in a room in the middle of a woman holding white pants. She is wearing orange jacket in the background. I can see some clothes hanging next to her. Okay, Tae, I think first of all, what you need to work on is to write short sentences and make sure to put a period at the end of each sentence. And by the way, your sentences are too long. Just try to make short sentences, okay? Puyu says, in the background of the picture, there are a lot of clothes and maybe she is busy. Just for your information, may and the word be must be put together. It's M-A-Y-B-E. That is one word, 5 letters. Purple, she is wearing sunglasses on her head and a yellow coat. I love how you said she's wearing sunglasses on her head, but I wouldn't say that's a yellow coat. That is a yellow shirt, right? She is wearing a yellow shirt. She is folding clothes. Next to her, there's a bed and there's a suitcase on the bed. Good job. It is called a suitcase. Viet Tung. This picture was taken in a room. There's a girl in this picture. On the left side of the picture, there are some clothes which are hanging, right? It's not which is, because you already said there are some clothes. So you would say they are hanging on a rack. Guys, that thing, the white thing over there near the next to right in front of the wall, that is not a shelf. It's called a rack. R-A-C-K. So whichever thing that we hang something on is called a rack. R-A-C-K. So for example, when we go to a restroom, there is a towel rack where we hang our towels, right? And also there's a toilet paper rack, R-A-C-K, and there's sometimes toothbrush rack where you would hang your toothbrushes. And when you do the laundry, you hang your laundry on a rack. And this one here, the white frame thing over there, that's called a rack. So you could say some clothes are hanging on a rack. Sina Kung, I was wondering what the meaning of the second word, hold up, clean up, wipe down. Okay. Now, in English, we like to show the direction how the verb, like verbs actually create some kind of an action, right? That's why it's called a verb, right? For example, when I stand, I'll be standing towards the up side. That's why it's very normal, very natural to say she is standing up. And when I'm sitting, I'm going to go downwards, right? That's why it's very natural to say she is going down or she is sitting down, right? And when I go out, we don't say I just go, but we say go out. When we come inside, we say come in. And all these words behind the verb is called adverb. And those two words put together are called phrasal verbs, okay? In English, there are many phrasal verbs. Turning on, turning off, those kind of words also. Where was I? Okay. The suitcase is open and it is full of clothes and a hat. In the background of the picture, there are several clothes hanging. It seems like she is preparing for her trip. Perfect ending for this picture. Okay. And use to bin. In the background, some of her clothes are hanging. Let's say are hanging on a white rack. It's just hanging there, right? And she's folding her pants and there's a suitcase laying on the bed. Lying on the bed. Lying. Okay, so I will describe this picture, of course, for 30 seconds. I know it's very challenging to put all the information within 30 seconds, in that 30 second of time, right? So here I go. This is a picture taken in a room, and I can see one woman in this picture. The woman is standing in the middle of the picture. She has long hair, and she's wearing sunglasses on her head, and she's also wearing a yellow shirt over a white shirt inside. She is standing next to her bed and folding her clothes. I think she's packing her bag. And on the right side of the picture, I can see a suitcase on the bed. In the background of the picture, many clothes are hanging on a rack, and maybe she's going on a trip. Okay. So it seems like I'm not really hurrying and trying to talk fast, but I did give all the information, right? Mainly, I talked about the lady here in the middle. I talked about her hair being long. She's wearing sunglasses on her head. She's wearing a yellow shirt over a white shirt inside. And I also said she's standing next to a bed, folding her clothes. She is maybe packing her bag, right? Those are some things that I talked about her. And of course, I said there's a suitcase on the bed. And I also said there are some clothes hanging on the rack. Maybe she's going to go traveling. Okay, so it is best to provide as much detail as possible about the person, about the main character or the main characters, if there are many people. And later, when you have time, try to mention them within like 10 seconds. I think less than 10 seconds. Yeah. Mainly, I suggest you talk about like people using more actions. Okay. I didn't even have time to talk about the blue wall. Moving on. Moving on. Okay. Now this is the second picture. It's a very busy picture. Many things are happening here. No, my God. You know, the very first time I saw this picture, it reminded me of a restaurant that I used to go to in Itaewon. Yeah. There used to be this American style restaurant in Itaewon. They sold like good, fancy food actually. And I used to go there with my friends a lot. And it was gone already before last year's incident. But yeah, there used to be a very nice restaurant looking like that in Itaewon. I haven't been to Itaewon for such a long time. Okay, so tell me what you guys would like to say about this picture. Is it a mirror? No, it's a glass wall, right? It's like a glass wall, and it's sort of like dividing two areas of a restaurant. Yeah, I think that's what it is. That's how it used to be, the restaurant that I used to go to in Itaewon. Many things are happening here. Oh my gosh, I want to do something about this hair sticking out. It's really annoying. So guys, I'm going to give you some time to type in some things that you want me to mention in my answer while I take care of my hair, piece of my hair. Oh, much better. Okay, so when we're describing a picture like this, try to divide the picture into like several sections. Like when I see this picture, it would be left, right, and in the background, okay? Okay, Purple said, this is a picture taken in a restaurant, and there are several people in this picture. On the left side of the picture, there are 3 people sitting at a table. Good job. And guys, take a note of the expression sitting at a table, because I see a lot of you saying sitting on a table, which is really strange. Like when I was young and when I used to sit on the table, my mom would smash my back, right? Like when you're sitting on a table, it's normally unusual, right? You're supposed to sit on a chair. So you're not sitting on the table, but you have to say sitting at a table. Or if it's more than 3 or more people, then you could say sitting around a table. But sitting at a table at this time is just fine. And employees taking orders. I can't see employees, but I can see one employee, right? So there is a clerk, or there is an employee taking orders. Okay. And when you're saying ordering food, yeah, that is true also, but you could say placing an order, making an order, or placing an order. Tan Dao Pam, hello, I love you. Thank you very much. Okay. You could say also waiter. Yeah, waiter is taking an order. And Purple also said they are smiling and looking at a waiter. In the middle of the picture, the waiter is listening to the people and writing down their orders. Writing down. Okay? So not noting down, but writing down. He's writing down. Taking the orders or writing something on a notepad. Writing something on a notepad. Writing down their orders is also a great expression. Okay, this is a picture taken at a restaurant in the middle. I think he's a waiter. Now, Tay, when you say he is a waiter, one thing is missing there. You're supposed to say there is a man first, and then you could say he is a waiter. Okay, and Tay, again, I'm giving you the same advice. You need to split the information into one sentence each. For example, the first sentence would be, this is a picture taken at a restaurant, and you stop there. That's the end of a sentence, the first sentence. And the second sentence would be, in the middle of the picture, there is a waiter. You stop there. That is your second sentence. And your third sentence would be, I think he is a waiter. Stop there. And then the next sentence would be, he is taking an order, okay? You're putting all the information, all these words that you want to say in just one long sentence, and it doesn't even make sense. It's wrong. So Tay, you have to work on making shorter sentences, okay? SKSK, this picture was taken in a restaurant. In the middle of the picture, a man is taking an order. He's wearing checked shirt and black apron. Okay, so you got to think about putting a in front of both of the words. A checked shirt, and a black apron, or just an apron. And I can see a frame on the wall. I can see a frame, one frame. Okay, and one. This is a picture taken in a restaurant. There are several people in this picture. On the left side of the picture, there are 3 customers sitting at a table. And behind them, is it really behind them? No, I think it's next to them. Yeah, next to them, there's a man standing. Purple. On the right side of the picture, there are 3 people sitting at another table and chatting with each other. Talking with each other, chatting with each other. In the background of the picture, there are people sitting, okay? And you're using the word sitting too many times. If you use it once, we all know that you know this word. So I would rather move on to some different information or different kinds of action so that you could show the reader that I know these words too, okay? Don't keep on using the same word over and over again. It's like sitting, sitting, sitting everywhere. There's only 11 people in this restaurant. Okay, now this is something you do not have to do, Liu. You don't have to count everyone in the picture and give them precise information about how many people there are. You don't necessarily have to say that. Just say there are many people. Okay, that's fine. And I think it's a little bit too many for its space. Okay, this is unnecessary information considering the fact that this is part 2, describing a picture. It's not giving your opinion like part 5. This is just describing a picture. So just go with any objective like information that you could see in the picture. You don't have to necessarily display your opinion about the picture. Okay, purple. I can't see what they're doing. Okay, it seems like they're having a good time. All right. It's a restaurant. I suppose they're waiting for their food, or maybe they're, eating some food there, having a great time with their friends. And Puyu, maybe they're talking about what they're going to order. Yeah, maybe. I think that's very relatable. On the right side of the picture. Okay, Puyu, it's not right side. It's the right side of the picture. Right side of the picture. Side, S-I-D-E. Used to be fine. On the left, there are 3 people sitting on a round table. Next to them, a waiter is taking order. On the right, there are 2 couples chatting with each other. Okay. Hobo, on the right side of the picture, 4 people are sitting at a table and chatting with each other. In the middle, I can see a waiter serving, and 3 people on the left. Now, okay, guys, I'm going to show how I describe this picture first to talk more about it, okay? All right, so I'm going to talk about the left side first, and then the right side, and then the background. All right, we only have 30 seconds. We haven't got that much time to talk about every single detail. This is a picture taken at a restaurant, a very fancy restaurant, and there are many people in this picture. On the left side of the picture, there are 4 people, and 3 of them are sitting down, and 1 of them is standing next to them. He looks like a waiter. He's wearing an apron, and he is taking their orders. On the right side of the picture, a group of people is sitting down and talking to each other. In the background of the picture, I can see some tables occupied, and maybe people are having a good time. So, I told you guys that it's not good to be saying sitting down, sitting down, sitting down, sitting at a table all the time, because it seems like, you have limited like vocabulary. It doesn't seem like you know like how to use your vocabulary. So that's why I don't exactly remember what I just said, but I said something about like there are 4 people here on the left side. But I said 3 of them are sitting down and 1 of them is standing next to them. 3 of them are sitting down and 1 of them is standing next to them. And I said he looks like a waiter. He looks like a waiter. And I also said he is taking their order. Right? And on the right side, somebody said a bunch of. Okay, well, I wouldn't say 4 people, a bunch of people. But I would say some people are sitting down and talking to each other. I want to mention talking in this part of the picture. And in the background of the picture, again, I didn't want to say the same. I didn't want to use the same expression, which is many people are sitting, right? So I used something different. I said, some tables are occupied. Some tables are occupied. And if some of you have been studying for TOEIC, on TOEIC's listening part and on the reading part, the word occupied appears very often, right? So you can use that expression for that part of the picture. I said again, some tables are occupied. Some tables are occupied. Of course, I wanted to talk about the glass, wall, which look like windows. And, I wanted to talk about the wall decorations, very fancy, all the lights and everything. Many like dishes and plates are displayed. But you know what? I didn't have time. And like I always say, you don't have to talk about the windows, the walls, the things going around, all those like objects, if you don't have time. Just talk about what people are doing, and that's it. Okay, and once again, with this kind of picture, when a lot of people appear in a scene, okay, you got to know how to dissect the picture. Dissect, cut. So on the left side, on the right side, and in the background. And make sure to use different kinds of expressions. Don't use the same word over and over again. It'll result in you using the word sitting down like maybe 4 times for a picture like this. Okay? Any questions for part 2? Oh, Teiji, the meeting with the European branch office is finally over. I'm going home now. Congratulations! Congratulations! It's always exciting to get done with your work, to be able to escape from your office. It's always exciting. Yeah. Of course, I never get to get off work, I'm always like on YouTube. Sometimes when I find a comment that you guys left after midnight, I would answer to them. And I work around the clock, but I'm lucky to be doing something that I love. So, yeah. But work is work. Sometimes you just need some break away from your work. Kobo, some tables are occupied. I will use this expression next time if I have a chance. Great. I'm glad I was able to give you some help there. Some tables are occupied. Okay? All right. Now, moving on. If a house has just been sold, can I say it is occupied? No. If a house is sold, you can't say it is occupied. No. You would say it's been sold. It's been sold. It's been sold. That's it. Yeah. When we say something is occupied, it means it's taken. Okay. So we would use this for tables. Like I said, some tables are occupied. You can also use it for some chairs. Some chairs are occupied. Okay. So in that case, you can use them. But a space maybe is occupied, like space. A room is occupied, but you wouldn't use it in that kind of situation. No. You're from Brazil? Okay. Darte. Thank you. Thank you. Would love to have more from Brazil, but I know the time difference is really hard, right? I know it's really early in the morning right there. Paula always talks about the early time that she has to wake up to participate in the show, just for several minutes. Okay, now I'm going to move on to part 3. Here I go. Oh, I really was happy with the topic of part 3 on this test because it's something that we've been talking about over and over again. It's about vacation, it's about traveling. It's our favorite topic, right? Spencer, public utilities. No, it wasn't about public utilities. It was about traveling. It was about vacations. Oh, are you talking about occupied? Occupied basically means taken, being used. Yeah. Someone is using it. Basically means that. So, We're talking about vacation. Hmm. Vacation. All right. So guys, here's the first question. When was the last time you went on vacation, and where did you go for your vacation? Okay, the moment that I started reading this, question, I saw Kwon saying, "Oh my God, I'm late for the class." Are you saying that you're late for this class? Yeah, we started like 45 minutes ago, but you're still here. We have another hour to go, so welcome to our show. Yes, Spencer. Public utilities. I wouldn't say you say public utilities, but it's limited. It's for the seats, tables, rooms. It's being used. It's taken. It is occupied. That's it. Even if it's not public, you can say it's occupied. Like, tables at a restaurant, they're occupied, right? Oh, you want me to repeat the question? When was the last time you went on vacation, and where did you go for your vacation? Oh, it's too small. It's a little hard to read, isn't it? Okay. When was the last time you went on vacation, and where did you go for your vacation? Yeah, Purple, you're right. I always think part three and part five are incredibly difficult. And I, see that same phenomenon happen with my students all the time. Like part one, I like after teaching them for 2, 3 classes, lessons, they get the hang of it. They know how to do it. And then part two, that's the part where you guys always try to be a little bit faster to show that you know how to speak English. And then part four, there are certain formulas, according to, depending on what kind of chart, is given, there are some formulas and some expressions that you have to use. So it's really easy to get prepared for test takers' point of view. But part 3 and 5, you gotta truly be good at speaking English, like natural English, like free talking English, if you want to be good at it. So yeah, the only way to get through this part, is to just go over as many topics as possible and go over as many questions, variety of questions as possible. Thai, the last time I went, okay, Thai, Tran, make sure you don't say went to a vacation. Guys, look at the question. It says went on vacation, right? So when you say went to, you have to, use a word that means a place. Went to Japan, went to Vietnam, went to Brazil. But when you're saying vacation, when you want to use the word vacation with the verb go, you have to say go on vacation. So went on vacation. Okay, not go on. Went on vacation. I went to Dallas City with my family. It is a beautiful city, and we spend time to visit a lot of attractions there. And Thai, make sure to use past tense in your answer, because this one is asking about something that happened in your past, which means you have to use the past tense. I went to, we visited, there were, we spent. Okay? SK, the last time I went on vacation was 6 months ago. Now, guys, the question said, when was the last time you went on vacation? And I see a lot of you saying, the last time I went on vacation was blah, blah, blah. But that's not a good way of starting your answer, okay? You should just say, I went on vacation 2 months ago. I went on vacation 3 years ago. I went on vacation. Just start your sentence with I, okay? And Puyu, I went to Thailand for my vacation 3 months ago. It was really fun to go to different country, and I would love to travel. I would love to travel what? Travel where? I would like to visit Vietnam, or I would like to visit Korea on my vacation in the future, okay? I would love to travel on my vacation in the future. Okay, well, that makes sense. Looking at it again, reading it over again, it makes sense. I would love to go on travel, go on travels, go on a trip. Okay, Tadashi, I went on vacation last week. I went to Manila, Philippines. I enjoyed a lot of local dishes there. Good. I saw a picture, the video. Yes, Tadashi, you always make wonderful video whenever you visit another country. Yeah. And because your video is very simple, I could tell that there were many things happen in between those scenes, but you had a hard time like fitting them all in there. Yeah, but it was very simple and neat video. I really enjoyed it. Used to be fine. I went on short trip to Vung Tau with my family a year ago. It's one of the most stunning beaches. Okay, it's one of the most stunning beaches. That beach gotta be plural. Okay, one of the most stunning beaches, many beaches, one of the many most stunning beaches of Vietnam. Okay. Purple, I went to Japan like 4 years ago. I went with my cousin because he is incredible at Japanese. Really? Wow. And last week we went camping. We went camping to Hokkaido. Now, Kobo, this is how you should think of it. We went camping is one sentence, and we went to Hokkaido is another sentence. What we're doing here is we're combining these two sentences. That's why we're saying we went camping to Hokkaido. Okay, we went camping and we're sharing the verb went. So went to Hokkaido. We barbecued beef and seafood. We enjoyed it very much. The last time I went on vacation last month, Tay, I did go beach. No, I went to a beach. I went to a beach in my neighborhood. I went to a beach in my neighborhood with my coworker. I think that's what you're trying to say, Tay. I went to a beach in my neighborhood with my coworker. Okay? Spencer went to Tokyo, and we really had a good time at Disney with my family. I just got back to Taiwan. From Korea last week with some friends, okay? And I and my family. All right. This is a good thing to point out. Whenever in English you want to say like two parties, including you, being I as the subject, then you would have to say my friends and I, my family and I, or my sister and I, okay? You don't start it with I. You have to put the other people first, and then you come after. So it's somebody and I had a trip. Somebody and I went on a trip, okay? Had a trip to Korea. Took a trip, okay, to Korea for a vacation. It's a beautiful country, and we experienced a lot of different delicious food. Oh, talking about Korea, nowadays I see a lot of foreigners in Korea. Yeah, so many. I work in Gangnam, right? Oppan Gangnam style. I work in the Gangnam area. So I've been like walking around. I've been seeing so many foreigners in Gangnam area. And also there's a place called Samsung Station. That's where the SM Entertainment office, the headquarters is. And that's where like that Gangnam style big hand statue is. And I've seen so many foreigners taking pictures and doing like their like dance movements, the video on. And I've seen a lot of foreigners in Dongdaemun area, the Hongdae, Myeongdong. I haven't been to Itaewon, I'm pretty sure, but there are a lot of foreigners there. So a lot of foreigners are visiting Korea. Yeah, incredible. It seems like, COVID hasn't existed. Have never existed. That's how it feels like. Oh, okay. Kobo, yeah, I got it that you understood. The last time I went on vacation was last Sunday. I went to the Rainbow Museum to look at the exhibition. It's informative. Good. Kwan Mai, I just finished the trip to Dalat for in March with my husband. In this sentence, just too short, teacher. I went to Naples of Italy 2 months ago. I'll show you how long you should talk. How long your answer should be. Maybe I like how Viet said, "Let me see." It sounds very natural, doesn't it? Like, let me see. Well, maybe it's from last 2 years I went on vacation. No, it was 2 years ago. You should say it was 2 years ago. I visited Suwon City. Wow, you went to Suwon? You came all the way to Korea and visited Suwon? I want to not come there, go there again. Because coming is coming to you. Going is going away from you, right? So it's got to be, I want to go there again if I have a chance. Kyla, welcome back to the show. Okay, so here is my answer. And guys, look at me, how long I say, how many sentences I say. I'm going to try to count, but see, I'll show you how much you should talk for 15 seconds, okay? Well, let me see. I think went on vacation about a month ago. Actually, I visited an island in Seoul, Korea called Jeju Island. It's a beautiful island in the southern part of Korea, and I did lots of, activities there. It was fun. Was it five? Yeah. I talked about when the location, where the location is, and I went, did many activities. It was fun. Yeah, it was like basically five sentences. Okay, so five short sentences. At least, I would say three. At least three are required. SK, the last time I went on vacation was last year. I went to Jeju Island with my friends for my vacation. Oh my gosh, we all sound the same, right? Like Jeju is the place most Korean people go for a vacation, and that's why we sound all the same. Well, some of us go to Busan. Yeah. Okay, now that was the first one. And the second one is do you like to stay at one location when you go on vacation? Why or why not? Stay at one place or like move around, visiting many places, right? Now, if you guys ask about my preference, I love to stay at one place. I hate moving around. I hate packing up, moving to another hotel because I want to stay in another location and visit other parts of the city. I hate it. I would finish just one part at the first visit, and then if I want to explore the other part of that place, I would come another time. That is my type of like traveling. That's like my way of traveling. I would never spend my time during my vacation packing up my suitcases to move around many like hotels. Purple said, I'm wondering that if it's okay to say some word in maybe Japanese or Korean. Yeah, as long as you explain what it is. Yeah, as long as you explain. Like, you could say Okinawa. I mean, like, is Okinawa okay? There's a lot of news about typhoon damages, right? Like, Guam and Okinawa has been hit by the typhoon. As long as you tell the people, like, explain in your answer that Okinawa is an island in the southern area of Japan, that is fine. It requires some, some explanation is necessary. Oh, guys, please press the like button while listening to this lecture. It does support us a lot. It help us reach out to more TOEIC speaking, learners out there. Please press the like button. Thank you. So, for example, of course, you guys, a lot of people know what bibimbap is now in Korea, or what bulgogi is, right? And those two are the most famous dishes, like people like to try when they come to Korea or when they try Korean food abroad. But some people do not know what it is. And when I say bibimbap, those people who don't know it might be like, what is she saying? What is she talking about? Like, is she speaking English right now? Then I would have to provide some kind of an information or explanation saying, oh, it's kind of a Korean dish, and you have to mix the rice and all kinds of vegetables together, and you can, eat everything in a bowl. Yeah. Then the person would understand, oh, she was talking in Korean. She was using a Korean word, but she is explaining what it is. So it is fine. I would stay at one location because it is tiring for me to walk around, which takes me too much energy because besides, I want to spend more time admiring the scenery for a long time. Well, I like to stay in the same location when I go on a trip because moving around takes a lot of time. Used to be 5, I rarely stay at the same location when I'm on vacation since I don't want to squander my opportunities of exploring new things, okay? All right, good. Like all the answers so far? Yen Ching Lin, hello, hi. And guys, just keep one thing in mind. If you say too many of the words or any kind of expressions in your native language too much when you're taking this test, there will be some kind of a deduction on your score. Yeah, there is a guideline for that. Certain guide like for scoring. If their answer or English is too much influenced by their native language, they deduct points. Just remember that. Better not to say. Kobo, I prefer to stay. I prefer to stay or I prefer staying. It's got to be either one of the two at one location because I don't want to spend hours traveling. I don't want to spend hours ing traveling, unpacking and unpacking again. Okay, and if I can stay at one place, I can visit not only tourist spots, but also local restaurants. Purple says it depends. If it's a short vacation, I prefer to stay at one location because I don't like to spend too much time on transportation. Okay, you know, Purple, that was a very smart choice because, you know, we all know that for part 3, we haven't got long time to prepare for the answer, right? We have only 3 seconds, and literally 3 seconds is just like, you know, translating that, you know, questions that's given. So when you're given a yes or no question, the best way to approach a yes or no question is to say, well, it depends. It depends on the situation, you know, like if I have a lot of time, then I would go around many places and explore many areas. But if I don't have a lot of time, then I would just stay at one place. Okay. The best way to approach a yes or no question for part 3 is to say, it depends. It depends on the situation. Okay. Then it would definitely help you lengthen out your answer. Thought, absolutely yes. I prefer to stay in one location when I go on vacation because it will waste time. I will waste time to move to another place instead of visiting more attractions, okay? Or you could say, I don't want to waste time. I don't want to waste time moving to other places. I don't want to waste time moving to other places, right? SK, I don't like to stay at one location when I go on vacation because I want to visit. I want to explore various tourist attractions. You're missing a verb there. Kobo, can we do that? It depends. Of course you can do that. I mean, you don't even have to say it depends on the situation because all natives, they would say it depends, depends. They wouldn't even say it. They would say depends, depends. They would just get rid of all the words in the front and the form backward and they would say just depends, depends, depends. That's it, depends. Okay, Kwon, actually, I like enjoying my stay at different locations. Some attractions are in the long distance, so changing accommodation can shorten the time of moving. Yeah, depends, right? So if I have to use depends in my answer, I would say something like this. Do you like to stay at one location when you go on vacation? It depends. I mean, if I'm on long vacation, then I would like to stay at several different places and explore other areas. However, if I'm on short vacation, then I would definitely stay at one place because I don't have much time. This is how I would talk about my depends answer, okay? It depends, Wang. Well, this is a tricky question because, you know, it's okay to go with it depends when you're given a yes or no question like this. Do you like, can you, or would you prefer? But, you know, for questions like the first one, which was when was the last time or where did you go? You know, you got to have a specific answer for that, right? And also for the last question, which is this. What would be the best thing about traveling abroad during your vacation? Eating new kinds of food, meeting other travelers, visiting museums. You can't say it depends for this question, this kind of question, okay? You need to choose one thing, okay? For this type of question, don't ever say it depends, but just choose one thing, okay? Okay? So for this one, all right, guys, for yes or no question, all right, go with it depends, okay? But when you're given like options like this kind of question, you got to choose one, okay? I don't want you guys to misunderstand my tactics here, okay? For a yes or no question, I mean, like, you know, the other day I went to an Italian restaurant with my friends and, you know, like spaghettis, there are always like cream sauce pasta, the oil sauce pasta, and then there's the spaghetti, like tomato sauce pasta, right? And I had to choose one. But, you know, it's really hard to choose one because I love all. And, you know, when somebody asks what's your favorite, it's really hard to choose one, right? So I would say it depends. It depends. I mean, like, if I'm in the mood for a tomato sauce pasta, then I would go for, like, you know, a tomato sauce pasta. But if I want something buttery and creamy, then I would choose the, like, you know, cream sauce pasta. So it depends. It's something like that, okay? All right, it depends on the question. Way to go, yeah. All right, so this is the last question for part 3. What would be the best thing about traveling abroad during your vacation? Eating new kinds of food, meeting other travelers, and visiting museums. Okay, so visiting museums. Let's go from eating new kinds of food because I'm a foodie. I love to try out new kinds of food wherever I go. I love to go to Thailand and try out their Thai food. And by the way, I'm using iPhone, and this morning it was pushing some pictures from like several years ago, from 2019 to like 2018, and it was showing some pictures of me visiting Bangkok in May in 2018 or 19 or something before COVID. And like those pictures of the food that I have taken pictures of, oh my gosh, they were so delicious. They were so yummy. I so much miss all this food, all those kinds of food that I had in Thailand. It's just that Thailand at this time of the year is too hot. I would rather like visit during like, cooler time of the year. But, eating food is always the best part of my trips. So eating new kinds of food, I would talk about this. But meeting other travelers, this could be your option, right? Like when you are on a backpacking trip. Like for instance, when I was in Bali, like I went to two places. I don't exactly remember the areas. I went to Kuta, the beach part, and then I went to Ubud, where the yoga barn was. And, when I went to the yoga barn area, there were so many Western travelers, the backpackers. And at night, they would just like, walk around the street saying hello to each other. And they would just like grab a bottle of beer and just like, become friends. And that was an amazing experience. So meeting other travelers might be one. And visiting museums, like the greatest museum of all time that I remember is the one that I went to in Taiwan, the National Museum of Taiwan. I mean, they got all the treasures from China, and then they have it like not even everything because they have too many. They display part of it, like partially, and it was great. I was able to learn a lot about like China's history, Taiwan's history, everything like that. So yeah, you get to learn a lot by visiting museums, right? But my choice, the one and only my choice. I wouldn't say it depends. Don't ever say it depends. I would say eating new kinds of food. Okay? So like you, Poyu, I'm a foodie. Yes, that's a word that you can use. I'm a foodie. Why'd you erase it? Why'd you delete it? I was about to read it. Kobo and a Poyu. Okay? Rewrite it. For me, it's eating new kinds of food because I love eating. In Korea, I even tried a kind of chick, which is still in its... Are you sure? Are you sure that we have a chick which was still in an egg? We don't have that kind of dish. I was the only one who dared to eat it. Really? 우리가 병아리가 계란에 들어가 있는 게 있어? 진짜? Oh, I didn't know we have something like that in Korea. I've never heard of it. But yeah, the people here says yes. So sorry. Wow, you tried it? Great. I'm surprised. And Poyu, I'm a foodie, so eating new kinds of food is really important to me. I like to eat different kinds of food. Okay, especially the local food. It makes me know more about the different culture. Know or maybe learn more. Learn more about the different culture. Hey, I would choose eating new kinds of food. This is because I love eating food. I love spicy food like Korean food, Thai food, Indian food. It makes me get rid of stress. Not refuse stress. It's going to be get rid of stress. Get rid of stress. Okay? Purple, definitely eating new kinds of food. I always try local foods when I travel abroad. For example, I tried natto when I traveled to Japan, and I loved it. I loved it because it was past, right? So it's got to be past tense. I tried raw horse meat as well. It tastes strange. Raw horse meat. We eat horse meat also in Korea, but I've never tried it. In Jeju, that's like a specialty there. Thai. Personally, the best thing about traveling abroad during vacation is eating new kinds of food because there's some traditional food that I cannot try exactly like the taste they cook in that city. Yeah, the word is authentic. Like when you try local food in that country, it is so authentic. 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 The taste is so real. It's very authentic. And you cannot taste the same thing in another country, right? And Thai, in addition, I'm a big eater. So I want to try all the food in the world. I'm a foodie is the word. I'm a foodie, Foodie. So I think that eating new kinds of food is the first thing I will do when traveling. All right, guys, when you come to Korea, I mean, like, ask me all the things that you need to try in Korea because I'm a foodie. I know a lot about Korean food, of course. I'm Korean, local. And besides, like, bibimbap and bulgogi and, Taiwanese, you guys come here and asking for dak 한 마리, the big chicken in the pot. That's not even that famous among local people. We don't go there anymore. It was like that 10 or something years ago, but nowadays we don't even go there. We have tons of other things that you should try. And yeah, authentic. That's the word. It's very authentic. The taste is very authentic. One of it is called 닭갈비. 닭갈비. So it's like, chicken, but it could be a little bit spicy. It's always red. The food in Korea is mostly red. They stir fry it in a big pan, and it's sweet and spicy. So you can eat the meat first, and then later you put some like rice in it, like make stir fried rice, and then you can add all kinds of things inside. And sometimes we add some cheese on it, and it's so good. Living octopus. You want to try that? That's good. That's also good. It's not my favorite. I eat it, but we don't only eat live octopuses, but we have something called the sea cucumber. The sea cucumber. And in Korean, it's called 해삼. 해삼. It's a living, like sea creature. It looks like a piece of poop, actually. Like, it's very slimy. It's like, okay, it's very slimy. It looks like a piece of poop. And then, it's called sea cucumber. All right. And when you slice it, it's very, I can't say it's chewy, but it's rather hard, but then soft at the same time. So we eat that. And we have a lot of things that we eat raw. Yeah. Visiting museum. Viet chose visiting museum. I'm a fan of old constructions, especially I love the Nature Museum in Europe. Those are majestic building and it can help. It's helpful for your job. It is helpful for my job. It is helpful for my job. Okay. Visiting museums. When we mention, we always think of history. Okay. Kwan Mai, your answer sounds a little bit too like translated. Yeah, it doesn't sound like English, but it sounds rather like translated sentence. Which is the root of the culture, diversity of how a place has been developed throughout the years. Traveling means not only relax, but also explore. Yeah, it does seem like Kwan Mai, you have been studying English for a long time, but your like overall usage of words and like, how you construct the sentences are very translated English. Yeah, try to make it simpler. You're using too difficult words here. Mary, Karine, you're saying hill. Hi. You're saying hi. Hi. SK, I think visiting museum would be the best thing about traveling. In my case, I tend to visit museum when I go to other countries. I can get more useful information about their culture. Good. Meeting other travelers. So when I was traveling in Canada alone, I met many Australians, English, New Zealanders, and Koreans. They were backpackers and we traveled together. Great. Greetings from Costa Rica. So we have people from Brazil, Costa Rica, Taiwan, and we have lots from Vietnam and Japan. Great. Great to have y'all here on the show. All right. So the last question, I guess you would know what I'm going to say, but I would say eating new kinds of food is the best thing about traveling abroad. I mean, whenever I go to other countries, of course, I would love to visit like, famous tourist spots, but I cannot miss out on those like famous restaurants. I don't like to visit fancy restaurants, but I want to go to those local restaurants where local people would go and eat their food every day. I mean, I don't want to go to those places where we can see in the magazines, but I want to go to places where real local people would go to eat authentic local food. Okay, I wanted to use that word. Authentic local food. Authentic. All right. Okay, Guan Mai, I'm struggling with this problem. All right, Guan, one way that you can get over that kind of problem is to not make up your sentences, okay? Because what you're doing is you're translating your Korean information, like wordings, just like word by word in English. And it doesn't work like that. Okay, read a lot of English references and try to mimic those sentences. in the beginning, the only way to approach those kind of sentence styles is to just like use the whole like sentence that the natives use. K, yahata. In my opinion, eating new kinds of food would be the best thing. When I was in college, I went to Italy. There were lots of delicious food and I ate a lot of pizza. I really enjoyed it. Great. The reason why I like K's answer is because the answer has a lot of information related to food and the words also. Food, Italy, pizza, delicious. See, there are a lot of like vocabularies related to the whatever topic the person chose. Very international. Thank you. Okay. All right. Now we're going to move on. Or, whenever I make up questions, I write questions for this like live show. The toughest part is part 4. Yeah, because I have to come up with a chart. And it's quite complicated and it's got to make sense. It's got to be related with the questions. So, teacher, can I say visiting museum because there we can buy excellent souvenirs that reminds me of the culture? Yeah, that is so good. Visiting museum. You can buy souvenirs. You can enjoy exhibitions. Kobo, if you don't have your own episodes, how do you deal with it? I cannot make up stories instantly. Okay, that's why you have to be a good liar. You have to be a good liar. But because we can't do it instantly or spontaneously, that's why you have to like sort of have some scenarios like worked out before taking the test. Okay, that's why I always say you guys are always going to a park called Rainbow Park, and what we do is we jog there or we ride a bicycle there. Your hobby is always like riding a bicycle or cooking, right? So we're like making these little promises so that we can lie better. We can come up with these stories better, more spontaneously. Okay, and I mean, how do you deal with it? How do I deal with it? I guess I'm a good liar. And I've been taking these tests, let's say literally for almost like, I've been taking the test for 17 years. Yeah, I started taking TOEIC speaking tests in 2006, and this year is 2023. So in like 2-3 years, I'll be having taken like the test for almost like 20 years. And like I've been coming up with so many answers. I've been writing books. I've been writing so many tests. So like I can just like I have so many versions of the answer. Okay. Yeah, purple, ABC Company, Rainbow Park. Yeah, those are the essentials, right? Okay, guys, ready for the first question? Okay. So hello, my name is Greg Harris, and I would like to participate in the International Short Film Conference, which will be held next month. And before I sign up for the event, I'd like to check some details of the schedule. Okay, so that was the introduction. And here goes the first question. What are the exact dates of the conference and where will it take place? What are the exact dates of the conference and where will it take place? What are the exact dates of the conference and where will it take place? And guys, part 4 is all about grammar. You gotta get every grammatical elements correct, okay? Every one of them right, okay? So be careful. Poyu, it will take place at Newton Convention Center in main auditorium from June 5th to 6th. Okay, please remember that. Good. Now, the hyphen part should be June 5th to 6th. The conference will be held from 5th of June to 6th of June, and it will take place in Newton Convention Center in the main auditorium. Bear that in mind. Great. Okay. And when you are giving the dates, you got to change it. Okay. You got to change the order. It's June 5th, June 6th. Okay. All right. So we have good two answers here. Do we have any more coming up? Guys, make sure you remember these two expressions. It'll take place. It will be held. Yeah, those are very commonly used expressions for part 4, right? Don't get them confused. It will be held. It will take place. Okay, and in case of the name of the place or the building's name, it's got to be at, and anywhere inside the building would be in, right? That's why you're saying at Newton Convention Center in the main auditorium. Okay. All right, and the second question. I was told that there will be a discussion on making budgets for short films. Will it be held on the second day? Oh my gosh, I'm having a lot of answers coming up. Hold on. Dewey, I want to say thank you for all the videos from your channel, Miss Gwen. I studied TOEIC on my own, watching all your videos live stream 2 days ago, and I got my TOEIC exam with 160 speaking. That's good. Where are you coming from, Dewey? It will be held on June 5th. Make sure to say 5th, don't say 5, in main auditorium at Newton Convention Center. Okay. You know, when you're talking about like locational information, you got to talk about the small place first, like what SK have done in the main auditorium at Newton Convention Center. Okay, in the main auditorium at Newton Convention Center. Okay, and Kobo, the conference will take place at Newton Convention Center on June 5th and June 6th. Okay. And the conference will be held on June 5th and 6th. It will take place in the main auditorium. Okay, nobody said in the main auditorium. Okay, the secret is here. Main auditorium. It's an auditorium, but main is not the name of it, right? It's not like Newton or Apple or Samsung. Main is not a name. So in front of this word, there's got to be the. In the main auditorium at Newton Convention Center. Okay, here goes the second question. I was told that there will be a discussion on making budgets for short films. Will it be held on the second day? I was told that there will be a discussion on making budgets for short films. Will it be held on the second day? I was told that there will be a discussion on making budgets for short films. Will it be held on the second day? Liu says, no. It's on the first day, starting from 4 p.m. for 1 hour. Okay, Liu, your answer is absolutely right, but you have to sort of use the information given on the chart, okay? So on the second day, yeah, there's more information there, right? SK, no, that's not true. The discussion is scheduled. Really? Oh, yeah. Scheduled for the first day. The discussion is scheduled for the first day at 4 p.m. Purple, well, you have the wrong information. The discussion on making budgets for short film will be held on the first day. It will start at 4 p.m. So far, I love the answer given by Purple, taco with bat wings. Okay, Purple, I love your answer. I think that's like most like the way that I would say. Thai, I'm afraid that the information is wrong because the discussion about making budgets for short film was led by Simon Wang on the first day from 4 to 5 p.m. Now, Thai, I have a question about your answer because why would you say was led by? Because this whole event didn't happen yet, but you're putting it in past tense, which is very awkward here, right? Okay, Suwon, that's wrong information. Actually, the discussion on making budget for short film will be held on the first day, June 5th from 4 to 5 p.m. Okay, Suwon, the translation is quite good. Wang, I'm afraid that you have the wrong information. The speech. Well, actually, this is not a speech. It's given here. It's a discussion, right? It's not a speech. You see the third row from 4 p.m. on the first day, it says discussion. So it's not a speech. Discussion about budget will be held on, not hold on, will be held on. This is a passive type of sentence. So it's got to be, it will be past participle, be held on the first day. From 4 to 5 p.m. All right, and sorry, I'm afraid you got the wrong information. It's on the first day from 4 to 5 p.m., so please remember that. Well, Poyu's answer is moderately great. Yeah, it doesn't have to be, amazingly, accurate, but it can be just like this. It's only that it would be great if you, say it's not held on the second day. Yeah, that's it. Terrence, yeah, you're quite late. We have about 30 minutes left, but thank you for coming. Yeah. All right. So that was the first, that was the second question, right? Julie, I'm from Vietnam. It seems like I'm addicted to your videos when I start TOEIC speaking. Like I kept watching yours over and over again until I can remember all the words you say in the video. Really? That is a great way of studying speaking, right? That's the best way to study speaking. I mean, that's the reason why we're watching all the American dramas and English dramas, you know? Great way. Guys, look at the way Dewey studied. She literally like memorized everything of my videos, and it was really helpful for her to take the test. That's great. Kobo, no, actually, it will be held on the first day, on the 5th from 4 p.m. The discussion will be led by Simon Wang. Wow, that is like the most information you could give for that answer. Yes. Great. Now I'm going to move on to the last question. During which sessions will I get to hear from Edgar Boyce at the conference? During which sessions will I get to hear from Edgar Boyce at the conference? During which sessions will I get to hear from Edgar Boyce at the conference? Is the question. Edgar Boyce. Edgar Boyce. You gotta make sure which verbs to use when you're creating sentences for each one of them. Edgar Boyce. During which sessions will I get to hear from Edgar Boyce at the conference? When you guys watch my videos, what I emphasize about part 4 all the time is that you got to know what verbs to use and what prepositions to use. You got to be really precise with that for part 4. For part 4, it's not only about good and bad answers, there are correct answers. Right? So you got to get that correct answers right using perfect grammar, So during which sessions will I get to hear from Edgar Boyce at the conference? Hey, Kwan, Edgar Boyce will make an announcement. Okay. For the winner of the short film award on the second day. Now, when you want to say at, it's going to be just at 4 p.m. But if you want to use that hyphen, then you should say on the second day from 4 to 5 p.m. Though the announcement about winner of the short film award will take place from 4 to 5 p.m. Okay, for okay, so Spencer, there are two. He will what on the first day? He will what on the first day? You don't have a verb there. Okay, here's a big tip here. Nobody is coming up with this. Okay, let me read some more. There will be 2 sessions. The first one is welcome speech that will be given by Edgar Boyce from 1 to 2 p.m. on June 5th. Okay, Thai. The second, he will make an announcement about the winner of the short film award from 4 to 5 p.m. on June 6th. Okay, Thai, your answer is good. Okay, most of the grammar is correct. It's that he will give an announcement or make an announcement. Both are fine, but it's got to be make an announcement. An announcement. Okay, and song, there are 2 events that will be led by Edgar Boyce. One is welcome speech and the other announcement of, okay. Now song, that way of, giving the information is not recommended for this part, okay? For each information, you got to come up with 1 sentence, like what Thai Tran Min has done right above you. So look at that answer there. Spencer, I didn't finish and it's send off. Okay, but still. Spencer, yours? Okay. Shuan, there are 2 sessions led by Edgar Boyce. Firstly, on the first day, June 5th, there will be a welcome speech. Okay. Normally, welcome speech given by. or Edgar Boyce will give a welcome speech or welcoming speech. Lead an announcement? No. Announcement is always give or make an announcement. Never lead. Okay, give an announcement. Give or make an announcement of winner of the short film award. Make an announcement of the winner of the short film award. The preposition is of the winner of the short film award. Or make an announcement for the winner of the short film award. Okay. Oh, I liked how used to be fine said something like this. He'll be giving a welcome speech on June 5th from 1 to 2 p.m. And next he will be in charge of announcing the winner. Yeah, this is what I was looking for. You know, when you look at the word announcement, you should automatically be able to think of the word announce as a verb. You know, you can use announce as a verb from the word announcement, okay? So when you like take out the word announce from there, you can say from 4 to 5 p.m. he will announce the winner of the short film award. He'll be in charge of announcing the winner of the short film award is how you can say this sentence in another way. Okay, so guys, look at the answer typed in by used to be fi and take note of it. Yeah, this is the way that I would say the answers to this question. Used to be fi. Kobo, there are two. First, you can hear his welcome speech on the first day. Okay, here. Then on the second day, he will lead a session titled, see, this is the thing. It is a session and the title is this, but that's not what's actually like happening here. He will announce the winner of the short film award is what's actually going to happen. Okay, that's the action. And POU, actually there are two sessions led by Edgar Boyce. The first one is on Wednesday, June 5th from 1 to 2 p.m. The second one is on, well, you didn't mention the title or what he's doing, so this, answer is not sufficient enough. Okay? So guys, the best answer that I would choose would be used to be fi's answer. Okay? Please take note of it. Okay, so just for your information, let me go over all the questions. Now, what are the exact dates of the conference and where will it take place? Well, the conference will be held for 2 days. It will be held on Wednesday, June 5th and on Thursday, June 6th. And it'll take place in the main auditorium at Newton Convention Center. So please keep that in mind. The second question says, I was told that there will be a discussion on making budgets for short films. Will it be held on the second day? I'm afraid you have the wrong information. Well, there will be a session on making budget for short films, but it will be held on the first day, on the Wednesday from 4 to 5 p.m. And it will be a discussion led by Simon Wang. Okay, I had to speed up a little bit for that one. And then the last question is, during which sessions will I get to hear from Edgar Boyce at the conference? Well, actually, there are 2 sessions. First, on Wednesday, June 5th, from 1 p.m., Edgar Boyce will give a welcoming speech. So you will get to hear from him from the beginning of the conference. And then on the second day, on Thursday, June 6th, from 4 to 5 p.m., Edgar Boyce will announce the winner of the short film award. So you will get to hear from him during those 2 sessions. Please don't forget that. Okay, I was looking at the timer, so I was sort of like adding more things to say, for more things for my answer so I could fulfill the time, but it isn't necessary to do that. You don't really have to do that for this part, okay? You can just provide the information that you're asked for and you can just stop talking, okay? Great. Now, we have only one more part remaining, and what I am going to say is, you know what's going to happen soon after the last part? We're going to have a live feedback session, right? So we're going to have some of you come into this really secret hidden chat room. So you guys, or he or she can have a one-on-one chat, like one-on-one session with me, going over some questions that we talked about today and get my feedback. I could tell you like what things that you could be improving on, what things could be, should be fixed in order for you to get your, goal levels, level 7 or level 8. Okay, so I'm going to be giving some tips one-on-one with you live. So after this session, we're gonna send you the, the address has been like, given, right? The address is www.gwenlab.biz/feedback, and please send your email address to that address, and we will send you an invitation. We're going to send you an invite, and when you click that invite, you'll be entering the room. Okay, so send your email addresses to that email address right now, while we work on part 5. Okay, so this is the last question of the day. The question is, do you agree or disagree that the household chores should be equally shared by all the members of the family? Why or why not? And when I was writing this question, I was like, okay, now TOEIC speaking has gone way far. It's like becoming very diverse. The questions are becoming very diverse. It's not limited to office questions. It's not limited to workplace questions. It's like, they're asking you about household chores. It's about washing dishes, doing the laundry, cleaning the house, vacuuming the carpet or vacuuming the floor, throwing out the garbage. Yeah. So I think it could be tricky, but then not at the same time, because this is something that we do in our day-to-day lives, right? So you all have some kind of an opinion to give about this question. And I strongly say yes. I would strongly say yes. I agree with this because, basically, you got to be able to take care of yourself, right? At some point, not all of us, but most of us have a time to live alone. And when you're living alone, you have to do everything by yourself, right? So while growing up, it's better to teach your kids how to do those kind of things. I mean, it's helpful for them. And, looking back, since I was 19 years old, I lived away from my, parents. And at first, I lived in the dorms. So I was living with other students in my college. But, although we were cleaning rooms together, I had to do most of my things by myself. I had to take care of my laundry. I had to wash the dishes after I finished my meal. I had to cook for myself. So those things, I learned since I was 18 or 19. And of course, I've been living by myself for almost 20 something years now. And I know how to do everything. Of course, you have to do everything. I mean, you don't have to be the best cook, but you got to know how to cook something for yourself, right? Or else you'll need to buy everything for yourself. Okay, I am sure you guys are working on the answers, right? Do you guys agree or disagree that the household chores should be equally shared by all the members of a family? And the other day, actually last weekend, on Saturday, some friends came to my house. And they're my hometown friends from Busan, and all of them are married. All of them have kids, and I am the only person who's not married, and I'm the only person who don't have kids. So they're all talking about how hard it is to take care of their kids, support them, and then be working. All of them are working moms and support the family at the same time. So they have to hire these helps. They have to hire some people who would pick up their kids. They have to hire some people who would do their house chores for them, and they would have to hire some people who would cook for them. So they have these different helpers who are helping them throughout the week. So they're making money, but then spending all that money for all those helps at the same time. But they think it's useful, it's meaningful, because after 5 to 7 years later, the kids would become independent, and they wouldn't be there together to live with their parents, and then they have to live their lives, and if they don't keep on working, then they would lose their jobs. So yeah, it made sense. But anyway, 초롱이 엉아 hi. 2018년에 강의 들었는데 레벨 7 나왔어요. 지금 덕분에 은행 다니겠고요. 당시에 구독 눌렀던 게 지금 실시간인데 눈에 보여서 들어왔습니다. 안녕하세요, 조롱이 영아님. 반갑습니다. 네, 많이 달라졌죠, 저? Okay, Kobo, hopefully yes, but it is difficult. There are a wide range of household chores to tackle every day. I can cook, but my husband cannot. If he asks him to cook for us, it's gonna be noodles every day. Well, then you eat noodles every day. Well, purple, well, I'm not quite agree. I don't agree. You have to say I don't agree or I disagree, okay? That the household chores should be equally shared by all the members of a family, but considerably. For example, my dad has to work on daytime. Okay, during the day. Okay. So where was I? I was talking about my friends. So they're spending money to get help to take care of the house chores because, she has to work and their husbands have to work. So there's nobody to do the housework or take care of the kids. So I don't know. It should be equally shared, but in reality, it's really hard to do it, right? So if you can't do it among your family members, I guess you would have to hire some people who could help you guys. Yeah, that's the reality. That's the reality. But at the same time, I need me time and I want my kids to cook or clean by themselves. I want them to be independent. Yes. Tay, firstly, if I do everything, house chores after work, I will feel exhausted. Secondly, it is good for responsibility for family members. Last month, my family member working all tasks, it got more easy, did it all myself. Okay, Tay, your sentences, again, are too long. Okay, Tay, your sentences are really too long. Here's a tip. All your sentences should start with either one of these three words. The first one should be I, any human subject, I, he, she, we, they. The second subject could be it, and the third subject could be there, okay? T-H-E-R-E. So try to choose the first word of each sentence out of these three words. Other than that, don't use. Okay. So, okay. Purple. Sometimes he even work until midnight. He even works until midnight. Of course, I can't ask him to do the same amount as me, who is currently preparing for the TOEIC test. And when he is on his day off, he also does the household chores. Yeah, I think that's how it is all around the world, right? It's not only about my friends. Yeah, this is what's happening all around the world. I mean, if you even if you're living with a roommate, like when I used to live with roommates in college, even after college, there were some times I lived with my roommates, and we would share the house chores, of course. And like living with the roommate, it's just like the essential thing, like number one thing that you should always like think about, like who's gonna do the dishes, who's gonna do the like bathroom cleaning, who's gonna do this, who's gonna do that, who's gonna throw away the dish, like the trash this week, those kind of things. You gotta be really clear about those kind of things. Okay. Why oops? Why oops? Why oops? I also have a full-time job. I know my husband is tired all the time and my kids have homework. So what we do is do things whoever can. Yeah, I think this is like what you guys are saying are more realistic. That's how like reality works out. Yeah, you can't say I did this and you have to do that. You have to share depending on the situation, depending on. Okay, Spencer, I agree. It should be equally shared. If all of the family members are going to live in the same space, each of us has the responsibility to maintain a clean environment. That is true. That is true. I think there's not a real answer. Hello, Liz. Welcome. There's not an answer, like good answer, but I guess we would have to think about the best possible answer. I don't know. I haven't made up my mind for this. I don't know what to say. But I guess I agree and sort of disagree. I would say that. I would agree and sort of disagree. I can't. I would say, to be honest, I can't make up my mind. Yeah, I would talk about my friends. Okay, I'm not gonna think about, let me say, I wouldn't think about like whether what I say is easy or not. I'm just gonna give you my opinion on this question. Here I go. Well, I actually cannot agree or disagree on this matter, whether the house chores should be shared equally by all the family members. Because like these days, when there's a family, let's say if there's a husband and wife and some kids, I mean like husband and wives, they both, in most cases, both of them work, right? And most of them are doubling. If you are coming from a double income family, the wife has to work and the husband has to work. And if both of them are very busy, it's really hard to decide who has to do more house chore work, right? And if one person is less busier, I guess the person with work, the person has to be in charge of the household chores, or else like who's going to take care of the household chore works, right? Who's going to do the laundry? Who's going to wash dishes? And who's going to cook for the kids? And if people only think about sharing the chores equally, then nothing's going to work out. There's going to be always fights. There's going to be always arguments, and there's going to be like always who's going to do this, who's going to do that kind of quarrel. So I think it's better to help each other and support each other. That's my personal idea. Okay? But since we have to think about something easier, let me put it this way. Okay. I agree that the household chores should be equally shared by all the members of a family. There are several reasons to support my opinion. And most of all, I think it is reasonable. For example, I have a friend and his name is Tom, and he is married. He has a wife and he has kids. And both of his wife and himself he is working. So because they're working, they have to share the household chores. Normally, he does all the laundry and he washes the dishes, whereas his wife knows how to cook better, so she cooks for the family and she takes care of the kids most of the time. So by sharing the household chores, they could, keep their family going. And that is why I think it's necessary to share the household chores equally. Okay. I was trying to make it easily. Yeah, I was trying to make it easy. Do you guys understand what I was trying to do? Like there is a wife and a husband, and if you want to make it easier, just make it your own story. Like I am married, I have a husband, I have kids, and we both of us work, and my husband does this, and that. I do this, and that. And because we help each other and support each other, we can like keep our family together. We can, maintain our family, and our family is happy. And that's why I think the household chores should be equally shared. Not like one person has to do everything kind of system. Yeah, I think this is the easiest it can get. Okay, Poyu, otherwise the person trying to do the housework will be exhausted. Mapping the floor? No, mopping the floor. Mopping the floor. Leo, I would say no according to my family. All the member has what they are doing good at, right? For my example, I just couldn't remember where things should go. So we wouldn't ask him to arrange the refrigerator. We don't want to find anything we need. I mean, it's good to share chores differently according to our differences. Yeah, Liu, your story also makes sense. Yeah, you have to do something that you're good at. Okay, and Kobo, yeah, I told you, you have to be a good liar. You have to be a very good liar. I was like making up this lie. Okay. All right, so now we have about 10 minutes of time remaining, and we have so many people who have applied to talk on the show. So I will have some of you, okay? I'm gonna try to have like some of the newcomers be on the live feedback session, okay? So Now we're going to switch the scene for a while. It's going to take a minute, little less than a minute. I'll be disappearing, but I'll be here, so you'll be hearing my voice. And yeah, we're going to send you the invitation as soon as the screen changes. So I'll be gone for a while, but I'm still here. You're not going to be able to see my face like this. But yeah, we're changing the program, the system to this secret room kind of thing. And yeah, I'm going to send an invitation to the first person now. But like I said, we have so many people who really wants to be on the show, the live session today. So we're trying to have more newcomers experience this live session. So hold on a second. Yeah, I'm here. I'm gonna be there. I'm here. Don't go away. I'm still here. My gosh. Okay. All right. Zoom out. I'm going to zoom out a bit. Okay, so we're going to send the invitation to one person on the list. We have so many people here. Oh my gosh, this is incredible. Yeah, and we're going to try to have more of the newcomers, yeah, on the show today. Okay, all right. So who's going to be it? Who's going to be it? I'm still here, guys. You can hear my voice, right? Yeah, I didn't go anywhere. It's just that we're getting ready with this new room, the secret room. Yeah, I'm here. I'm all alone. Yeah, and you guys will be seeing me soon. Oh yeah, now you see me, huh? Okay. So we're gonna send the invitation now to this room. Okay. Okay, the email address that we sent to was copcopsa@gmail.com. It's Poyu's email. Oh, sorry. Sorry for announcing the Poyu's email address. Okay, Poyu, you have received our invitation, so please go check your email. You have received our email invitation, so click that link and you'll be in this room, okay? And guys, when you enter the room, you can ask to do whichever part you wish to show your answer for, and I'm going to give you some live feedback on how you could improve your answer, okay, for that part. Now, Poyu, please go check your email. Okay, we sent the invitation just 30 seconds ago, just about 30 seconds ago. So please go check the email, click that link, and you'll be in this room. Okay? We tried so many different ways. You know how this first live session started? I did it on Instagram and it was a disaster, but still I was able to communicate with you guys. But this whole TOEIC speaking thing, we need to show you the screen with the, these passages or pictures or whatever. So we figured that this is the best way to, talk to you guys more personally. So yeah, will you please go check your email, click, and please enter the room. I'm here for you. Now, I'm still. Oh, hi.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Wow, nice to see you.
Nice to see you too.
Okay, so can you introduce yourself a bit?
Wait a bit.
Yeah, can you introduce yourself a bit?
Introduce myself.
Yes.
I'm Poyu. I'm from Taiwan, and I taking a test for the pilot stuff.
Okay.
So that's why I'm practicing my speaking skill.
Okay, so how long have you been studying TOEIC speaking?
Since January ago.
All right, and what was the last TOEIC speaking score?
It's reading and the listening test. I took the reading and the listening test.
What about the
and
speaking
the score
test?
And the score, no, it's my first time taking that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. All right. So which part would you like to do?
I don't know. You can choose.
Okay, then let's try part 2, the picture. Okay, so when you see the timer going down from 30 seconds, you may start your answer, okay? All right.
This is a picture taken in a restaurant, and on the left-hand side of the picture, there are 4 people, and there is a man standing. He looks like a waiter, and maybe they are talking about what they are gonna order for the meal. And on the right-hand side of the picture, there are 4 people that are chatting to each other. Pretty sure they're having a good time.
Okay. All right. Now, for you, I have a suggestion.
Yeah.
Okay. So, you said that you haven't been, studying TOEIC speaking for a long time. So it does seem like you don't have any, like, many strategies for, like, the part. Like for this part, in case you have like this many number of people, it's better to, what I said, dissect the picture, right? So you were talking about the left side first, and then you're talking about the right side first. This was your approach. That was good. But then when you're talking about the 4 people on the left side, this is how you should have done it. You would say there are 4 people, and one of them is standing up, and 3 of them are sitting down, and all of them are talking about the order. Okay? And when you're talking about the right side, you can say all of them are sitting down and talking to each other. Okay? So when you're talking about a group of people, you can talk about either like one person is doing something, or some of them are doing something, or all of them are doing something. Okay? So try to make groups and talk about each group at the same time, but make sure you use the right subject. One of them, some of them, most of them. Okay?
Because it's made me kind of like nervous on live show.
But you know what? What is your goal? What level would you like to get?
Maybe like level 7 I want to get.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think you should be able to achieve it because your English is quite, natural, and you're using the filler words like the words like, those kind of words. So it seems like you have been studying English. Where did you learn your English?
Like when I studied English, probably just like when I was in elementary school.
Elementary school.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. And I've been to USA like for 1 year for the exchange student. That's how I learned the English. Yeah.
No wonder your English is very natural. Your pronunciation is great. Intonation very natural.
Thank you.
So you should have no problem achieving your goal.
Thank you.
Okay. Talk to you later again. Thank you for participating.
Okay. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, that was great. I mean, we can't deny that this is a speaking test, so if you have good pronunciation and if you sound natural, automatically you will achieve better score. And his English was pretty normal and pretty natural, right? And the next person is Spencer. Spencer, we sent you an invitation to your email address, so please go check your email and you should see our invitation. Please click the link and you shall be able to come into this room. Okay, we're waiting for Spencer to answer. Oh, okay. So, yeah. Spencer, you should have received our email address by now. Spencer. Okay. Oh, and we see some people chatting here. Chingyuri, as a student, I get lots of stress from schoolwork. I unwind by doing household chores. Oh, hi, Spencer. Hello.
Hi, Glenn.
Hello there. Thank you for coming. Hello.
Thank you for having me.
Could you introduce yourself for the listeners out here?
Oh, my name is Spencer, and this is the first time that I'm having this live conversation.
Oh, okay.
And I never had speaking tests before, but I had the reading and the listening test before, like when I was in high school.
Okay. Well, Spencer, are you coming from Taiwan?
I'm from Taiwan.
Wow, this is impressive. All these Taiwanese people, you guys speak English so well.
Oh, well, because I've been to abroad before.
Okay, so you've been abroad. Where have you been?
Yeah. I've been to Honduras,
Okay.
which is in the Central America.
Yeah.
And I've been to other places, but mostly in Honduras because I was like studying over there for 8-9 years.
Wow, that's a long time.
Yeah.
So they speak English in Honduras?
We speak Spanish, but we speak English as well.
¿Cómo estás?
We did.
Okay. All right, so which part would you like to try?
I would like to try the picture one, but
Okay, let's try the first one here, this one, the different one.
yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to click the timer, and once you see the timer going down, you may start your answer, okay? All right, so here we go.
This is a picture taken inside, and there's a woman standing by her bed, and she's folding her clothes inside her luggage, and she's wearing a yellow shirt and blue jeans. There's clothes hanging at the background, and there's a big blue wall behind her.
Okay, now part 2 is a relatively easier part, so this is what I wish you could do for this part, Spencer. Try to use more verbs. Try to describe what the action which is going on in this picture. You said she is standing next to something, but also she is folding her clothes and putting it into a suitcase, and she is packing her suitcase. Those kind of things. You need to use more verbs to get higher score.
Oh,
Okay?
I understand.
What you have
Thank
done
you.
right now is you have just been giving some noun information. There's a rack, there's a wall, there's a frame. Those kind of noun information isn't good for a higher score. So make sure to use action verbs. Okay.
Oh.
And you should be able to get higher than level 7, but only if you work on it a little bit more. You need to practice a little bit more. Okay.
Sure.
All
Thank you very
right.
much.
Thank you for joining, and I'll see you again next month. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, now this time we have another person named Jody. Yeah, Jody, we sent you the invitation just now. Yeah, please check your email. Jody has gotten the invitation to this secret room. Now, part 2 is all taken, guys. I'm not going to have you guys do the same question over again. So it's got to be either part 1, 3, 4, 5. 1, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Okay, guys. All right, now we have Jody on cue. So Jody, please come to the room. Please click the invitation and you'll be here in the room. Oh, you were shocked to get the invitation? Well, that's really unique experience to be in Honduras. I believe there must have been not many people there, like not many Asians there in Honduras. Or maybe so. I've never seen anybody from Honduras. I mean, like, not anybody, but like anybody like Asian who has lived in Honduras. Wow. Okay, Jody, I'm still waiting. I'm going to wait for about like 30 more seconds. And if I do not hear from you, I would have to move on to the next person. Jody, please go. And please check your email. Oh, she's here. Jody? Hi. Is it Jody? Hello?
Yes, hello.
Hi, how are you doing?
I'm good.
Okay, so Jody, could you please introduce yourself for us?
Yeah, I'm Jody. I'm from Vietnam.
Okay, and why are you studying TOEIC speaking?
Because I wanted to graduate, so I need to get TOEIC certificate.
Okay, so what level do you have to get in order to graduate?
Level 8.
Level 8? Speaking
Yeah,
level
I
8?
hope.
Okay, right. Well, it seems like you need to try really hard to get level 8. You know that, right? Okay,
Yeah.
so which part would you like to try out?
I would like to try the last part.
Okay, great. Great. Part 5, huh?
Yes.
Okay, so the question again is, do you agree or disagree that the household chores should be equally shared by all the members of a family? Why or why not? Okay, so I'm going to click the button, and once you see the timer going down, let's start your answer, okay?
Well, I agree that the household chores should be equally shared by all the members of a family. There are several reasons to support my opinions, but most of all, it can reduce the burdens on one member of the family and can distribute responsibility of each member. For example, in my family, my parents always make sure that all three of us share do households together. My sister will take care of cooking, and my brother will do the laundry, and I will clean and vacuum the floors. And when we do that, we feel that we have more responsibility and we know how to do teamwork and help each other. That's why I agree with the statement.
Okay. All right. Now I want to point out two things here. Well, first of all, you sort of have a habit of putting the S sound at the end of each word. Okay, so sometimes you do need to make that S sound if it is plural and if it's certain verb after like subject, like he or she subject, but it shouldn't be put at the end of every word, right? But it seems like it's sort of your habit to say s at the end of some of the words. Okay.
Yeah,
Have you heard?
it has. Sometimes I couldn't control it.
Yeah, so I think you need to work on that. And second of all, how like when you practice for TOEIC speaking, how do you practice? Like, do you practice quietly, just thinking, or do you practice aloud?
Speak loudly.
Okay, all right. And do you
Yes.
record yourself?
Yeah, I record and then I listen, and sometimes I find a partner to practice with them.
Okay, all right. Now, I need you to work on your pronunciation for a while, okay? We're going to move on to part 1, and I'm going to see how well you could read part 1, okay?
Yes.
So, we're not going to time you because we don't need a timer for this part, but I want you to read this as naturally as possible and show me how easy you feel, how comfortable you feel about, making English sounds, okay? So,
Yeah.
can you read this for me?
Yes.
Okay.
Welcome to Ryan's Gym Talk, and I am your host, Ryan Hayes. Did you know that how we bend, rotate, and walk subconsciously every day could help us build more muscle and strength? Today, we're going to talk about primo movement workout and how you could apply it to your daily workout routines.
Okay. All right. Now, I see some problems here. I think you have two problems with the pronunciation. First is with the vowels. Your consonants are okay, but your vowels are sometimes a little bit off. The vowel sounds should be improved. And second of all, you have a little problem with linking sounds, okay? In English, all the words are linked, right? But right now you're reading word by word and you're not linking the words. Okay, so in order to practice this, I want you to not practice other parts for a while, but try to listen to any native speakers like on our channel. I have myself reading part 1 passages. Listen to that and repeat, practicing over and over again, and try to
Yes.
make the pronunciation as same as possible as the one that you're listening to, the sound of natives. Okay. And when your pronunciation is fixed, I think it's better to move on to the next part. But right now, it seems like the English sound is not natural on your mouth muscle. So I think you need to get it a little bit more naturalized with your mouth muscle.
Mm,
Okay.
yes,
And
I see.
your like Vietnamese, peer cannot be your partner for this kind of practice. You have to listen to the native sound, record yourself, and see if you can make the same sound. And it would be great if you have any English speaker who could point out your mistakes. For
Yeah.
example, can you read it again? Can you read the first sentence for me? Only the first sentence?
Yeah. Welcome to Ryan's Gym Talk, and I am your host, Ryan Hayes.
Okay, when you said I am your host, okay, this part here, when you link the 4 words, it would sound like I'm your host, I'm your host, I'm your
Yeah.
host, right? But
Am
you said
your host.
I am your host. You're making all the 4 words very clearly. I am your host, I am your host. But it should be more like I'm your host, I'm your host, I'm your host, linked. Can you repeat that? I'm your host.
I'm your host.
I'm your host.
I'm your host.
Okay, now let's move on to the second sentence.
Do you know that how we bend, rotate, and walk constantly every day could help us build more muscle and strength?
Okay, the word is not muscle, it's muscle. Muscle. Okay,
Yeah,
and the word
muscle.
is rotate with the first syllable stress. Rotate.
Rotate.
And subconsciously. Okay, see how when you read each and every word separately, it's all fine, but when you put it together, that's when the problem happens. So, did you know? It's not did you know, it's did you know that how we bend, rotate, and walk subconsciously every day could help us build more muscle and strength? Did you know? Like, it's all linked together, so try to make that sound. Did you know that how we bend, rotate, and walk subconsciously every day could help us build more muscle and strength? Should we try that?
Okay, I understand.
All right, try this. Did you know?
Yeah. Did you know that how we blend, rotate, and walk subconsciously every day could help us build more muscle and strength?
Okay, you're still doing the same thing that you're doing. You're cutting off after each and every word.
Yeah, like help us or did you know?
Okay,
I like to connect.
Yeah, you need to connect more. It has to be connected. I'm going to show you with the last sentence. Listen to me. Today, we're going to talk about primal movement workout. Okay, I put all the words together. Today, we are going to talk about primal movement workout. Okay, try it.
Today, we're
You already stopped. You said today, and you already stopped. What I want you to do is today we're going to talk about primal movement workout. You have to link all the sound as if you're singing.
Today we're gonna to talk about primal movement workout.
Okay, you stop there again. Primal movement workout. Okay? You see what the problem is? You're not linking. Again,
Yes.
today we're going to talk about primal movement workout. Here, again.
Today we're gonna to talk about primal movement workout.
Okay, and how you could apply it to your daily workout routines, and how you could apply it to your daily workout routines.
And how you could apply it to your daily workout routines.
Much better. Okay, you need to work on your linking sounds. All right, so don't think about other parts for a while. Work with part 1 and work on your vowel sounds and linking sounds. And if your English sound improves, everything will improve. But right now, working on other parts is meaningless. That's going to be meaningless. Work on improving your English sound. Okay?
Yes.
All right.
How rate you can give me? I mean that rate from 1 to 10.
Oh,
my level.
With your pronunciation, your content for part 5 was good. For the story wise, the content wise, I would give you level 7. But with the sound, I would say level 6, 130 or 40. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's better. Try to work on the sound.
Okay.
All right. Okay.
Thank you, teacher.
Thank you for participating. I'll see you next month. Bye-bye.
Yeah, bye-bye.
All right. So it's 10:13 now, so I think it's time to go. But it was really nice to see you guys, and I had some new people on the show, so I was able to see how you guys are doing. As always, we had some people from Taiwan and Vietnam, and you know what? There's a surprise. I have you guys know Taiji. He's a regular here on our channel, and he'll be visiting me soon. Yeah, and he's going to be on the show. Yeah, we've been adjusting schedules, so he'll be visiting Korea, and he'll be on the show. So we're going to see some Japanese viewer also here live in the studio on the show. So I'm looking forward to that, Taiji. And it was a great opportunity to see newbies here on the show and share my comments with you guys. But, as always, I talk about the pronunciation and, because this is a speaking test, sound is crucial. It's like 90, 90% of the whole thing. So please try to improve your English pronunciation, intonation, and the linking sound, and everything shall improve. Okay? So guys, have a nice weekend. Have a nice June, the new month. And next month, there are 5 weeks, I believe. Yeah, we have 5 weeks. And I guess I'll be seeing you guys, let's see, on the 23rd. Yeah, I'll be seeing you guys on the 23rd of June. So till then, practice more, leave comments to the videos on our YouTube channel, and I'll be replying to that, okay? But yeah, Javier, thank you for joining. And until then, take care and see you guys next month. Bye-bye.